Welcome to SAIC Graduate and Postbac Studios. As a grad or postbac student, you'll be granted your own studio space among the over 250 studios across 6 campus buildings in downtown Chicago.
Studios are determined by lottery at the beginning of each academic year, and availability is based on your particular department. These spaces are available if you're taking 6 or more credits for a total of 4 semesters.
As these spaces are in very high demand among the graduate community, only take a studio if you intend to be making work in it. Please keep in mind, studios operate on a policy of use it or lose it.
In this video, we will go over some helpful information about best practices in order to make sure you have a safe, productive, and rewarding experience while using your new studio space.
The most important thing to know is that studios are semi-private spaces. They exist within the shared space of your neighboring studio mates on the entire floor.
Collectively, we create a community that depends on consideration and respect for one another within these spaces.
So the best thing you can do is always check in with your neighbors to ensure your activities aren't causing any unnecessary disturbance, such as playing loud music, frequently talking on the phone, or using materials that create any kind of unwanted smells or odor.
Please be mindful and most considerate of your neighboring studio mates. Also remember to turn off your lights when you leave.
Studios are exclusively for professional art-making activities. Using your studio as a living space is not permitted, so don't plan on bringing your bed, sofa, or other furniture to the building. Also, cooking or heat-producing appliances such as heaters, coffee pots, or hot plates aren't allowed.
Do not occupy or store any items in any studio that isn't yours, even if it appears empty.
No pets, animals, animal materials, or dead animals are allowed in the SAIC buildings. There is the exception of service animals that have been approved by the DLRC.
Please keep your studio clean from food and waste. Open containers and food left laying around will attract rodents and bugs. Store and dispose of all food and trash items appropriately. Don't attract the bugs. Make sure to keep common areas and critique spaces clean as you found them. Use a drop cloth when painting materials are likely to get onto other surfaces.
If there is a storage area on your floor, make sure you label your items clearly with your name and studio number. Items not labeled risk being lost, damaged, or stolen. You may not occupy more than one storage rack, and anything that doesn't fit into the rack should be stored in your space or taken off campus. Do not store any art-making supplies or materials in the kitchen area. Do not store anything in the entryway to your space, hallway, or common areas. This is a fire hazard. The fire retardant curtain provided by SAIC is the only type of curtain that may hang in the studio entryway.
Nothing may be attached to, hang from, or touching any lighting fixtures, plumbing pipe, conduit, or other infrastructure. And finally, make sure not to overload electrical outlets. Best practice: unplug all equipment or electrical devices when not in active use. And if you are planning to make any temporary alterations to your space, come chat with the graduate studio office first to get approval.
If you're unsure, contact the Grad Studio's office. In case of emergency, familiarize yourself with the location of all exits in the event of an evacuation. In the event the fire alarm sounds, you should evacuate the building immediately. Do not block or prop open fire doors. This includes all doors that lead to a stairwell.
Keep your valuable belongings safe and secured when not in your studio, especially cameras, computers, and other electronics.
If you're planning to have a non-SAIC visitor come to your studio, you'll have to give a heads up to security so they can check in. Check the website or reach out to the Grad Studio's office for the most recent guidelines and policies regarding access. Do not take guests onto studio floors without approval.
Inspections are done regularly, which means staff may enter your studio for maintenance, safety, or damage.
Smoking, alcohol, marijuana, or illegal drugs are not permitted in your studio or any space on campus. While the state of Illinois has legalized cannabis, SAIC prohibits all use in order to comply with federal law as an institution that accepts federal financial aid.
if you're an artist that works with various materials, it is important to familiarize yourself with what chemicals are approved for use and which are prohibited. When in doubt, reach out to the grad studio offices.
Additionally, make yourself familiar with what tools are approved and prohibited for individual studio use. All terpenoid and linseed oil must be disposed of in the red or black flammable solvent and hazardous waste containers.
All solvent-soaked materials must be disposed of in the yellow cans.
Do not dispose of solvents, chemicals, or paint waste in the sinks, toilets, or drinking fountains. Vented spray booths must be used for materials that create noxious or nuisance odors. When possible, substitute less toxic materials. Please reach out for best practices.
Spray paints, fixatives, or adhesive may not be sprayed indoors except with local ventilation or a spray booth. Finally, the use of biohazardous waste is not permitted. When moving out, it is important to return your space to like-new condition.
Throw out everything you are not taking with you. All floors should be free of debris and swept clean. Remove all nails, screws, and tacks from studio walls and spackle and sand all holes. All studio walls and floors must be repainted floor to ceiling and corner to corner with the paint provided by the graduate studio's office.
In the case you neglect to return your studio to proper condition, fines may be assessed. Check in with us so that you have accurate information on exact move-out dates.
We hope this has been a comprehensive overview of information that will help provide you with the best experience of using SAIC's grad and post-bac studio spaces.
If you have any questions about materials or processes you are unsure of, or for recommendations for best practices, our office is here to support you to make the best of your educational and artistic endeavors.